series, the X-Nova just comes out of nowhere. Like, he's just on a warding expedition, then he just ends up wrapping behind these people constantly.
Perfect time.
Perfect timing, and has the Senton creep to boot. And look at these deep wards that he's placed during that time that he was running around doing so. He now has full vision of OG. Yeah, he sees Ana farming these Ancients right now.
Oh, Ana. FY just giving so much information for the team. He's got eyes on him. Get the punch on the wrong target, but the snowball pass will catch Ana. Ana, he's in trouble. The blood bright silence connects. He's got the man to back up in a second, but can he really play his way out of this one? He cannot. Ana down for a minute and a half.
Just having all this vision. And X-Nova throughout this whole tournament has had the best vision in every situation, even when you wouldn't expect it. You're just like, oh, they're fighting on the left side. They're not gonna have vision over here. But no, X-Nova always seems to have those prepared in every situation.
And he has some incredible foresight to be able to have these wars that just lead to really clutch pickoffs. And Axe has not spent his money on BKB. He has the money, but he might be looking to save for buyback.
We'll see if any of the buybacks do get forced out. Thompson's still dead for 15. Ideally, he doesn't buy back it. They may have to buy back on Ana. He's gone for 50 seconds. The split coming out from Chalice. He's ready to push in, look for the stun on No-Tail to hold back the Chen. As the mid-racks are exposed, PSG LGD, 40 minutes in, able to open into the base and clean out this mid lane of racks. Still Ana holding on to that buyback.
And they're gonna keep going here. They really want to force this PL to come back here.
Stun onto Thompson. He will blink dodge it. But another tier 3 tower falling incredibly fast. They really don't want to use it. Seb jumps in, gets the call onto FY. There's the buyback. The Cataclysm isn't enough to do anything. It isn't. PSG LGD still fighting strong. Thompson getting focused by Somnus. Seb taken down by Arme. The triple buybacks now out as Ana in trouble. He's pulled back for this one. The deafening blast onto the three of them knocks them back. But Ana gets focused. Seb! He's in with the call. He has the control onto the morphing Somnus. Now being chased by Thompson. Blinks in with the cold snap. The PLR is on top of it. They get Somnus too. As OG, they have to expend 3 buybacks, but they hold on to the top rack. Somnus now down for 2 minutes. No buyback available on this Bloodseeker.
Yeah, he's 400 gold short of it. It's up in about 8 seconds. OG, they have to make so much happen here. They have to push out all their lanes. 2 of the side lanes are already gone, but I think trying to get some kills here like very ideal.
I mean, look how close the Brew is at 25.
So close.
With that primal split cooldown.
Oh, Thompson, he sees it FY. He's using with the combo FY with the self-heals, but OG, they've surrounded him. Seb jumps in with the call, the blade mail. FY's gone.
Instant buyback from FY.
Still that scary, scary time for LGD. 75 seconds without Somnus. OG have the full 5-man pushing in all 3 lanes at the same time as they approach LGD's base.
I don't even know if I get the head for that with this team fight. The LGD are up in goal, but no blood take up to 60 seconds. This could be disastrous.
He's got a full BKB on Seb as well.
Chalice really wants to hit level 25 before he pops that primal split. So close.
Just got to be careful, Seb. Looking for that blink initiation.
Chalice is stepping back. Grabs, they give him the tome. He needed like 5 experience and they gave him the tome just to make sure that he gets it anyway. Just playing as safe as possible here.
Looks like OG don't feel that the window is big enough for them to push in whilst this Bloodseeker's still dead. They'll back away.
They can't count, they bought back 3 heroes. They weren't able to get any T30s, and there's no Roshan up yet. Big Daddy No-Tail's praying for a Rosh right now so they can get that refresher, but it's not going to be out. And maybe we'll dodge a bullet.
At least they got a good amount of economy off that, right?
Yep.
It was up to a 15k gold advantage, and they chunked it down to 7. Same thing with experience. So they did get quite a lot out of that one, but they ideally wanted to get at least one of those sets of racks to get some momentum pushing in with those 3 buybacks used.
Absolutely, it is this really scary moment of the game now for OG. We're about 5-6 minutes still without those buybacks available. If PSG LGD can find that one team fight, it could be the team fight to win TI in this window of time that they now have presented to themselves.
Ana's gone full in for that butterfly too. As they pick up also an Aeon disc on Jeremy, so protected and DD did spawn, however, was killed.
It's also pretty scary for Major. He only has a 5-second BKB, and he does a lot of damage. He's completely on call. This is all about FY and Chalice, right? Just either saving or just getting into the mid-game fights.
It's going to be dispelled.
He's in the trees, they're on the high ground, they're going to be able to see the cover. Way over.
survive. Seb pots the BKB. He'll try and stand his ground, but Seb, he's going to go down. No buyback on the axe. As Jerax as well, surrounded by PSG LGD. The Eon disc will proc, but they'll fight through it.
He has to buy back immediately.
Look at these creep track by these Force Spirits. On the bottom rune, they have no creeps in the mid lane.
Sienna still holding on to that buyback on Jerax. But as Ben said, the creeps aren't here.
It's backdoor. Can they breach through it? It's not looking like it right now. Maybe everyone hitting the same one.
That creep cutting isn't enough to hold OG in the game.
You see No-Tail's already running to just, he doesn't care. He's going to throw his life for this. He needs to just keep these creeps out of the base to keep that back door up. He doesn't care if he dies.
Which he certainly will as they get upon him. They find his life. 1 minute now without No-Tail and without Seb. Thompson, Ana, and Jerax. The only 3 heroes that can offer their defense during this final minute, this final stand.
Jerax is really trying to hold on to his buyback.
As Chalice split of course up once again. They're finishing off this second set of racks. He's got the Cyclone holding Ana up in the skies. As this Rax on the top lane will fall, the melee Rax gone. PSG LGD playing this carefully. As they'll go down towards the bottom as well. Arme, doppelgangers, he's losing a fair bit of mana into the PL. Still able to shift back into their Morphling if needs be. As OG, they will lose that top Rax, but they won't lose the game. PSG LGD are playing it safe. They know how close they are to victory, and they will not throw it away.
And they know that the Roche is probably respawning pretty soon, and it actually is up, so that is that refresher shard. They already have pretty much infinite primal splits up anyway, but they feel very confident here.
They weren't able to deward that ward in the mid lane, so it looks like they are going for a Roche fake out.
So Ana is on top of X-Nova. The Ghost Step's going to get the set. Oh, he's in. The call, the MP, the Cataclysm, and F5 is in. He's able to get the save off in time to keep this man alive. But it's not enough. Chalice is down. Buyback from X-Nova and Chalice. FY with the Invis. Somnus looking to get involved. Pots the BKB to get over the ice roll. They get on top of Seb. Seb's in trouble. Seb's gone. The axe down once again for 90 seconds. As now FY giving them the vision, but they see him. Got the doppelganger to jump away from the snowball. The snowball over to Thompson. The self-fuels. FY trying to buy time for the rest of LGD to come in. Again, up into the air. Arme straight on top of No-Tail. FY will fall. Arme looking towards No-Tail. No-Tail pops the hand of God, but No-Tail beat it down by Arme and Somnus. Chalice gets the primal split off as Ana. He's been left behind in Thompson. He's got to do something incredible in terms of the combo. Can he find the angle? Jerax coming in, keeping Ana alive. Ana with the doppelganger. The deafening blast comes out onto the 2 of them. Ana trying to go in, looking for the kill. Can he find it in time onto X-Nova? He's on top of him, trying to beat him down. Ana again with the doppelganger, now retreating back towards the base. As X-Nova will survive. Jerax back in, the combo, re-ball down onto Chalice, but Chalice is so tanky. Pops the Shiva's gone, he's on top of Jerax. Jerax is gone. Ana as well. Can he really fight back against the Somnus, and X-Nova are so low? As the buyback for Jerax comes in, he's healing Ana back up. That buyback could set them up for the kill on X-Nova. The cold snap down onto the Charger, they find him. Arme, he's out of mana. He's starting to shift into the strength, but he's surrounded. OG, can they find the block? They can! OG are still in the game. Arme buys back immediately. But now it's PSG LGD's turn to be without 2 of their supports. Seb's going to be back up in 8 seconds.
Oh my god, that buyback from Jerax onto that shrine, being able to save Ana, but Ana also toying with them with that doppel. He sent the illusion. They thought that was the real one. They actually couldn't finish him off, even though they got the thirst vision of him for a second.
With the level 25 talent on the doppelganger, it's really hard to kill him.
Seb,
yeah,
he's looking straight for the play. Can he find Somnus? He's hunting Somnus. He's there, Seb. He'll see him. Oh! Doesn't get the call though, and now Seb. He'll be ruptured. They're looking at him, but Ana, he's straight in on top of Somnus. Somnus puts the BKB. Ana again with the double down. They see Cataclysm coming out. And Somnus still alive. Ana will be able to force him away. They've got the head. They've got the control. They're on top of him. Can they kill him in time? They can. Chalice gone for 2 minutes. And Seb, he's finding, looking for Arme. Big Daddy No-Tail gets the penitence out. Only onto the illusion though. Arme able to waveform up to the high ground. As Arme should be fine here.
Thompson's got the ghost, he's got Hex
maybe
up soon too.
Oh, the doppelganger Arme's over the trees. Can he hide his way out of this?
No,
Back.
real one.
Goes for the waveform. Seb tries for the call, but he's already out of there. Nice, nice play from Arme.
And he buys so much time, too, for his team there. The Brewmaster was dead for 120 seconds, now only 90.
Still a big window for OG. They're only without Jerax for the same amount of time. And that lead that PSG LGD had, it is going down a little bit. Only 4K, 5K at the moment with these last few fights. Obviously, the 25s now coming out on OG. Thompson's into the pit.
What a timely DD coming out for him, too. I don't think they expected to be taken down this fast. He's almost able to solo it with the help of these summons. And that's a refresher shot. There's no way to get this. There's no way LGD can...
Oh, and the Seb level 25 too. That extra Berserker's Call AoE. It catches people out. They don't expect it.
It does not feel like OG T-Rex now. At all.
The Berserker's Call now is, I mean, the AoE is
massive.
really massive now when you have that talent.
It's so hard to play against. Can PSG LGD do it? They've got the Basher now for Somnus. For just a 2K lead with those last big comeback plays from OG. Still 30 seconds without Chalice.
Double Hex coming out now. Thompson and these 5-second BKBs. Yeah, I mean, they were crushing with their BKBs.
Being spotted out.
He's got the vision. They're on top of him. Thompson, he's in trouble. The Nullify comes out, but he got the Ghost Walk off as well as the Hex in time. Now, Somnus turns up. The blood runs down. Thompson! He's dead for 100. Has got the buyback available. PSG LGD will certainly look to force it out of them.
FY just what a shadow blade. It just, as soon as they split up, he finds the perfect opportunity there on Thompson.
You got to be careful going out on the map when FY's alive. There's every chance in the world that he's going to be watching you from the trees.
And at this point, I think for Ame, it's actually going to be very worth it for him to actually just try and burn all the mana from the Phantom Lancer so he can't doppelganger all the time. That's causing a huge issue in the team fights. And I see that Chalice is using his Dispel Magic every single cooldown on these Phantom Lancer illusions, but there's still way too many that are causing havoc in this team.
It's too constant. Like that doppel cooldown being 3 seconds just allows him to always be able to play around a little bit around the brew. They don't really have this crazy AoE when you look at LGD's lineup to just clear out those illusions. It's really a lot based off them just trickling them down slowly with like the Shivas and the Radiants and knowing exactly which one it is.
Yep, he doesn't have the crit talent, but now he does have crit from that Bloodthorn coming out.
It's a lot of damage that Anna can offer to the fights now.
And Brewmaster without BKB, very vulnerable. Cold Snap, Bloodthorn, Berserker's Call. There's a lot of ways that they can prevent him from getting that ult.
He just commits it from the back, just to be careful.
Make sure that he can get it off and get some damage in onto the tier 3s. Anna's going to start to try and fight against these Primal Split Brewlings. He'll be able to find one of them. He has been silenced. He'll take down the Wind Panda 2 as well by the looks of it. There's only the Earth Panda prevails. Seb jumps and he gets the call onto the Panda, popping the BKB as well, so they won't kill the Brewlings off. They do force PSG LGD away long enough that Thompson does not have to expend his buyback. Thompson back in the game.
And then they're utilizing the PL very well too by replicating him, sending illusions to get some extra damage on the tower. It's just one Rax left that's holding LGD away from Mega Creeps.
And they're straight out. They're ready with the aggressive play. OG. Thompson, can he find a catch? He's close to having vision onto X-Nova.
Should be able to find X-Nova. He is stalking him. He got sights of him for a second. He was a bit far away, though.
Oh, the tornado. It's got him. Thompson drops the combo down upon him. The stun comes out, though. Oh, the counterplay. Jerax is there, though, with the heal, the tether. Keeping Thompson alive with the Abyssal Blade down. Candace here with the hand of God comes through. Thompson still alive, but Chalice gets the Primal Split out. He's been stunned. Thompson, the cheese, he's fine. Thompson, he goes down. They get the kill onto the Evoker. No tail. Being chased by Arme. The bash is coming through, but the Blade Mail was already out from Seb. He tries to get the call off. The bash of the Cataclysm isn't enough to find the kills. Anna leading forward. The Bloodthorn onto FY. Gets the kill onto FY. FY buys back straight away. Anna looking towards Somnus again. The doppelganger. Arme on top of Thompson. Thompson being saved by Jerax. Jerax with the tether. Arme turns into General Gemma. There's the call. Seb, he catches Arme. Arme dead for 2 minutes. The Hex. They've got Somnus as well. Oh, gee. Double kill for Seb. The clutch buybacks coming into play. Nobody has a buyback available right now. As OG stand with 5 alive on the map, 100 seconds without the Morphling.
This doppel talent is just destroying LGD. They have no way to actually find Ana. like Ben said, the Brewmaster's constantly using the Dispel, but it's so hard to find the real PL amongst all these illusions in all this chaos of the fights with tornadoes and chaos meters and everything falling all over the place.
And look at this. The tier 3 tower falling. Ana frontlining it all. What's he scared of? The Blood Bride will come out. Chalice with the Shiva's Guard trying to initiate. But Ana, he's poking, prodding, beating down, and on the side, Thompson jumps in. Chalice gets in with the beat, with the call. Seb, he's got the disable as a Chalice. Do they have the damage? They got on top of the Chalice. He's into the snowball. F5 buying time for him, but now he's vulnerable. Who's their tanks? He gets Bloodthorn. Chalice buys back. Straight back into the game. Ana trying to find his attention onto X-Nova. Chalice leading forward. The Tornado going to be off the market. Only catches out the Bloodseeker, but Seb, he's looking for the follow-up. Jumps in, gets the call. The BKB was out in time. The Bananas on top of it. Did they have the damage? Seb's got the blade on F5
okay.
with the snowball again. Thompson, Jarax focusing the racks. Thompson gets the Hex up onto X-Nova. Seb healed up by Jarax. Ana still full health at the moment as the Brewlings are pushed back to the base. OG get the bottom melee racks. As still 30 seconds to play without the Morphling in the game. They move towards the mid lane. OG, can they really get it all here? The mid rack's falling. They've taken a full second sets, 15 painful seconds for LGD.
They're gonna keep going. They want to claim their megas.
Another tier 3 falls. OG onto the final set of racks that LGD have left standing. Azana, he gets kicked back. He's separated from the team, but he has the double gagger. He's been ruptured. He needs help, but he needs it now. Jarek in with the tap of the hand of God. Give it that double heal. The relocate as well. Jarek gets him out. As OG will successfully disengage before that Morphling's back in, as they found both racks. Jerax will die for this one, almost certainly, as he looks to tether across, but the nullifies upon him. He has buyback though, and OG just took so much away from PSG LGD, as they only have a lone range track standing on the top lane.
I can't believe it's going to this. There's only 3 racks left in this game, and one of them is a range racks on the side of LGD. Buyback status. I saw X that was buyback. It was only like 600 or 700, which is crazy. But Jerax also kind of in that same net worth territory, looking at a very cheap buyback. But 2 in the game left, IO and the PL. The PL is almost unkillable at this point. Like, even without the Wisp, it's still really difficult. With the Wisp, just don't even try.
We'll see this again. It's a save here from Jerax.
The control is just not there, and they don't have the way to kill all these illusions constantly. And of course, look at Jerax coming in, starts that relocate channel, and is able to get it off. No one gets the control on him.
Keeping it cool at the time that it means the most, but he's still able to crack a smile here in Game 4 of the TIA Grand Finals. OG making a stand, now leading 9K advantage in net worth. LD able to join us.
I don't believe they actually have any 4 staffs on the side of LG. That's generally how you deal with a Scythe of Ice. And I think they can get a Scythe of Ice on the core, get a blink call, and that hero is likely dead without buyback at this point. So OG, I would say, definitely favorite at this point of the game, especially with PL having buyback. LGD, they have a couple minutes to think about what they want to do before this next Roshan.
Yeah, they can't be totally reliant on FY just getting these perfect snowball saves, or even like I saw in the last fight too when it was down bottom, he even tried like Walrus kicking the IO away from when he was tethered from somebody else. They need to find some other ways to be able to save, in particular that Brewmaster, who is just time and time again is the most important hero, it does seem, for LGD.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what they do with the BKB call. The snowball is the only thing, but they have Bloodthorns, they have Scythe of Ice for the Tusk, they have a lot of things available. Maybe Aeon Disc perhaps for Brewmaster. I'm not exactly sure what the best way for him to deal with it is. It looks like he is going for an Octarine perhaps for almost permanent.
The sentry's down there. They see Thompson, but Thompson, he's already quick with the play. The Tornado into EMP, Cold Snap as well, they've got the Hex, but there won't be any further jumping. They just poke at Army.
They're trying to make space.
They got the Mega Creeps.
That's the distraction play right there.
Up against the Mega Creeps. PSG LGD, it's what stands between them and the championship title here in Game 4.
And they got it right before that wave, before that 59-minute mark too, so we already have the Mega Creep wave coming in, that momentum pushing onto LGD's side.
And you look at their lineup, can PSG LGD's heroes deal with the Mega Creeps? it's hard. They don't really have that sort of incredible D push or AoE sort of hard hitters to deal with it.
That's kind of what they've been lacking in a lot of this game, right? That's what we've been talking about with the illusions with the PL. They've got ways to find them if it's, or ways to kill them if they find the exact one, but as for doing that, it's very tough when they don't have just the Dispel from Chalice.
And he does too much damage to ignore at this point with the Bloodthorn. And on top of that, Roshan is going to respawn in about 1 minute's time. LGD, I think their buybacks are going to cool down around that time, but I just don't think they can withstand this onslaught. They really want to be able to prevent this Roshan. It's super obvious when there's Mega Creeps. With Mega Creeps, that's the luxury that you have. You can just wait a couple of seconds. You know, the creeps will be hitting at your T4s if you wait.
As Ana commits forward. Has no boots, but a full Eye of Scotty. 3,800 health now on this PL, who hasn't been dying for a very long time. Now he's got easier ways, easier kill opportunity, and much more survivability.
Yeah, he probably has like maybe 7,000, 8,000 HP effective with the butterfly evasion and the heal, and overcharge, and the Hand of God is just way too much. And the lifesteal from Chen too, another ability.
OG clearing out the pit. Very, very soon to be spawning. Roshan and PSG LGD are well aware.
Roshan's up. It looks like only OG knows.
Arme, yo, Anna. Indeed, some illusion action. Arme's gonna get caught out by the tornado though. They've opened up onto him. Arme trying to get on top of Anna. The BKB pop by Chalice. He'll get the ult out. No Tail getting got out straight away by F5 with the snowball. No Tail's dead for 100. They'll get the Chen. Anna in the midst of it, trying to lock down onto FY. The rest of his team about to come over to get the tornado. Out onto X7. Looking for the cool control onto Arme. Has he got it? Arme getting stood up by the call set, but he's able to wait for him up the high ground. Thompson blinks in. He gets the Hex out, but F5 with the snowball save. They get the bash out. Solus will be able to find the IO, but they're fully low OGD. That's Solus there for 2 minutes. They get Thompson. Thompson there for 2 minutes. Only Anna. Anna, can he do it here? Is it half-out save? Lifetime as 3 dead now on LGD. No buyback. Simple fall. Anna kept alive off the back of that fight, as that very much looked like PSG LGD were able to tip OG over the edge, but that plus 100 Berserker score, you could see Seb as well being very careful with how he used it, keeping it to that opportune moment after any potential sort of Manta dodges have been done by Thomas Arme, and he gets the call.
9 doppelgangers used just in that area around the Ancients from the PL. Just the constant barrage of illusions giving that distraction to allow Seb to get that call off.
And that's another Roshan for OG.
These fights have to be so hectic for the players. There's like 30 PLs.
There's just both sides. I mean, even the Enchantress is like taking a PL, and then the Morphling turns into PL.
I'm just impressed we haven't had any frame drops. You know?
That's true.
Azana down the middle lane.
Just walking down with a DD.
The tier 4s. Anna says he's done with this. He wants to end this game. The buyback will come out from FY. Anna. It's going to be snowballed. Anna. He's in. He's not got any backup on the way. FY will be able to get out with the invis, but this doppelganger just over and over again, meaning that Anna could just stand in. Now he's got the backup of Jerax. He gets Hex. Oh, he didn't expect it. He didn't expect the Hex, but he's still fine. Jerax at the Odis, but X-Nova into the snowball. They'll turn towards Jerax. The Hadagon coming out. Jerax has been nullified. They hit doppelganger once again. X-Nova. He will survive for now. But buybacks were forced out by that aggressive play from Anna. At the same time, Seb did buyback himself on the axe. But LGD are back up as a full 5-man.
Jesus, this is insane.
I mean, I don't know, it's super safe there. I'm not exactly sure why Seb bought back, but I mean, he has Heart, he has Wiz behind him, he has Aegis, he has everything. His buyback.
And as you can see there, that is the big difference. There are 4 buybacks available on OG. Only 1 available for LGD.
Oh, this momentum pushing in. And an Arcane Rune up top. If they give that to Ana, oh my god. Even more illusions, even more doppel.
Oh,
let's go.
That is
2.1 second cooldown.
2.1 second cooldown.
Oh man.
Okay. Azana,
This is it.
he's ready to put it to use. Straight into the base he goes, doubling forward, he gets the jump onto X-Nova, the ghost set to keep an X-Nova fine for now. Anna looking to turn his commitment towards Arme, Thompson comes in with a deafening blast from the side, the EMP finishes X-Nova off, he's dead for 110, Seb pots the BKB, looks for the cool control onto FY, but FY does get the snowball off in time. Arme looking to get on top of Jarrett, but Thompson turns, they get the Hex out onto him, he'll get himself back into the ball, the BKB's out in time as Arme cuts down Roto with a waveform, finds the kill. Anna looking to get on top of Arme, the BKB's about to wear off, the Mega Creep speeding down upon the edge of the energy. Seb in again. The call on top of Arme. Arme dead for 2 minutes. Chalice, BKB pop, and he's trying to commit, trying to deal with Anna being silenced by the blood right, but the ancient is falling. The Hex is out. They're going to be able to find themselves. Chalice 3 dead on LGD. OG hitting the ancient. Hitting the ancient. Win 5. Win. Again, John, FY, he's found himself no tail out on his own.
He's trapped him.
There's no tail. Is he going to get any sort of backup? No, he's not. There's 3 still dead on OG. It'll be a slow and painful death here if we don't tail as Arme comes in for the kill secure.
And I love the way that Chalice popped his BKB super early in that fight. He just knows, I just need to get my ulti off, and he cast it at a very safe range. He didn't wait for like the last second of his BKB. He's not very greedy. I think that's a lot of the reason why they've been winning these team fights. Seb has been struggling, still about 1,000 gold away from his BKB.
I mean, yeah, this Brewmaster is a display of perfection, really. It's the highest level in the game with his Bloodseekers.
And doing a ton of damage in the fight. One of the most damage in the game as an offlaner.
Now has full Shiva, so even more ways. He's pretty much itemized entirely just to be like, Ana, I'm ruining your game. I've got Radiance, I've got Shivas. You're going to struggle so much in these fights as Phantom Lancer.
Eric's did his best to keep Ana alive, and but Ana wasn't able to do damage because he was ruptured. He wasn't that low on HP, but still can't run around.
Seb.
Oh, I'm just coming in this here.
Got to be careful who shows up top. Indeed, Jerax is going out on his own. He doesn't expect Arme to have this invis route. As Arme will show himself, Jerax goes across, but Somnus is there.
Somnus is not messing around rupturing there.
No mercy. They're feeling very confident now at this point, getting these very advantageous team fights as well as getting kills on the split push too. Thompson though, we'll find X-Nova.
Seb, and as well, between the two of them, they'll take down the support edge. FY's going to come in though. He hasn't got anyone else with him at the moment. It is just FY, so just playing around with Seb.
He has no help around at all, and he's still just making Seb's life miserable.
He's just toying with him. He's just making him not be able to come back. Look, they're already starting to rotate this Brewmaster and Bloodseeker too, and FY, he's ready to look for Seb.
Seb's got to get out.
Oh, Seb.
As indeed, FY, the patience, keeping that control on Seb, buying time for Chalice to come in. Anna is going to look towards the Tusk. The Chalice is now there, does have Primal Split available if he wants to look to take this fight. Somnus coming in as well. As Anna, Seb look to hide in the trees. Can they get out of it? Anna's got a TP available. He's into the trees. He's going to show himself in the lane though. They're going to continue to head over. They're going to see Seb make it out in time. They don't have a stun. Anna, can he get out as well? He can. OG will avoid that rotation from PSG LGD.
TNC Predator turn to ban.
So obnoxious there, following Seb for over a minute, just stalking him, trying to have.
Ten seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban. Dire team ban. TNC Predators turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. TNC Predators turn to ban. Dire Team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to pick. Dire Team pick.
Grimstroke.
Dire Team pick.
Ember Spirit.
TNC Predators turn.
Oracle.
TNC Predators turn.
Templar Assassin.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire Team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and with that, hello and welcome back to another round of Dota 2. We got ourselves TNC Predator up against Team Ocean for the last best of 2 of the day already. The players getting eagerly into the draft here. Ocean immediately picking up that Ember Spirit first pick, which then, I mean, the thing is, Ember Spirit Oracle is a pretty solid opener. It's an opener you're always comfortable with, especially against a Grimstroke, where, you know, that silence can be dealt with relatively effectively by both the Oracle and the Ember Spirit. Both of these heroes fare surprisingly well against the Grimstroke ultimate, with Ember Spirit being a very hard target for that, with the Slayer Fist, with the Remnants. Just as soon as he sees it up on a teammate, Ember Spirit's gonna be as far from that teammate as possible under the circumstances. However, TNC Predator, they pick up a Templar Assassin, they're showing they're not gonna mess around. Ocean, they are a team that pulled an upset win here and there, pulled a meme draft here and there that was really able to pull ahead, but against TNC, it's gonna be hard to see whether they can pull that off, whether they can get that lucky, especially with the Templar Assassin coming out to insta-nuke the Ember Spirit, force him to Remnant out of the fight. If he gets that lucky at all, because Ember Spirit has insane potential for shutting down Ember Spirit, for really getting on that hero's nerves, preventing the split push too with a bunch of traps. Oh, but it looks like Ocean. Oh no, I don't think I have enough caffeine for this. boy. Oh no. Oh boy, it may be a 20-minute game, it may be a 70-minute game. That's a Techies picked up by the side of Ocean. Oh man, I know there was gonna be some weird strat coming out from Ocean to try and deal with the Templar Assassin. I was expecting something like an Invoker, not Techies. I do not know how to respond, guys. I'm at a true loss of words here, and it looks like TNC Predator don't know how to respond either.
Dire team pick.
Alright, with that it looks like TNC have come up with a response pick. A hero not only great for keeping people out of Techie's burst range, but also for
TNC
going and
Predators
demining with his
first.
face, with his sword, by just putting the shield on him and walking into those Techie mines. But there's an X already picked up. Seems like I'm the only one taken out of my games by this random Techie pick here. So while we got that Armel Templar Assassin, who's gonna struggle a bit against the mines, especially those kinetic mines that lock you down and in place, serve as a really hard stun for X to
5
initiate, for
seconds
Oracle
remaining.
to channel a root, give Ember a chance to melt away your refractions with Flame Guard. I don't know, it just all really seems to work out against the Templar Assassin. Even with that Abaddon being capable of dealing with Techie's mines somehow. I mean, at some point or another, he is gonna get slam dunked by that axe. He's gonna just struggle against bins coming out everywhere. I don't know, it looks like TNC, I mean, they need one big pick. One
Dire
big.
team ban.
Okay, that works well enough against the axe. If you get the Jingu Mastery off, if you get some additional lifesteal perhaps, or just a lot of health to work with, then this Monkey King could work out well. He is kind of susceptible to Techie's mines, so needs to get babysitted, needs a couple of defensive ganks if Fnatic really still want to roll over their opponents here.
10 seconds.
The Monkey King
remaining.
ultimate is going to be great in those team fights, going to do an amazing job at zoning out the Oracle,
5
zoning out the Ember
seconds
Spirit, who's
remaining.
forced to stay at the edge and spam and stay fist. Axe, kind of, I mean, in the burst call, he can deal with the Monkey King ultimate really well. After that, he struggles against it too, especially if Monkey King gets a Diffu Blade or something of the sort to enhance his ultimate damage. And Team Ocean using up their reserve time here, considering what the last ban is gonna be. It's gonna be Shaker. I mean, anything to prevent Techies from jumping in and just shut down the Techies at the start of the team fight is huge, because that nuke, although it falls off pretty hard, it can get countered.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So we are waiting for the final ban of the game and for TNC Predator to figure out what their last pick is going to be for this draft. They still need a support. Earthshaker would have been huge because of CC.
Predators
Another
guaranteed.
possibility I'm proposing here would be the Winter Wyvern, but it looks like TNC, they're set on the Chen. More demining potential, the creep army. Even if it falls off, it's still gonna serve a purpose. Running in and dying to the mines here. Team Ocean. I wonder if they can make this Techies work. I think they want an ultra late game, but it can't be somebody who
10
needs too much
seconds
space
remaining.
either. It needs to be a hero effective at getting around the map.
5
Phantom Lancer
seconds
is a perfect
remaining.
ban there. Terrible option, because if you have a hero with an illusion army that can keep out a lane pushed without being there himself while farming the jungle, It would be amazing for Ocean here to benefit off the space that Techies generates, but it looks like Ocean, they're gonna play aggressively with the Techies here. I mean, Klings, he's got infinite snowballs, so he may very well become a late game carry just off Death Pact kills. If you get 50 to 100 damage going, your skeletons are gonna hit insanely hard. I wonder how that's gonna work out with the Techies. I wonder how they're gonna lane this. I mean, X Techies, Berserker's Call, walk somebody into the mine, already highly effective. I mean, Monkey King, there's just 2 weak melee heroes on the board for TNC Predator, and they do have that insanely strong, or at least so they hope, Templar Assassin, who really needs to carry her weight here in order to make a turnaround possible.
10 seconds
Because right now,
remaining.
Ocean got a way better draft. Of course, TNC Predator way more.
5
The odds all
seconds remaining.
favor them by a ton, but this way Ocean may have just prevented themselves from getting stumped completely here. We gotta see who pulls ahead of the laning stage. If TNC Predator just end the laning stage with a 3k gold lead, with a fat Monkey King plus Templar Assassin combo who can go roam around, pounce on people from the tree line, and have Templar Assassin tear them to shreds, it could be a very quick game here. But if Techies is able to defend, who knows? I mean, I have a couple of mates who play this hero, and man, whenever I solo queue with them, pick a greedy carry, we get away with it at duo queue with Pup. But this isn't the Pups, and TNC Predator are going to show Ocean the difference. If Ocean are going to play that way, they need to be highly defensive here. Make use of the Techies, make use of the Spirit Triple Remnant, go for a bunch of smokes and pickoffs. I mean, Kling's already got a built-in smoke, but they really need to push that gank potential. Run down the Templar Assassin twice if they can, maybe 3 times, prevent her from getting those big jungle stacks. If you could potentially just steal them away, it would be huge.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and with that we are in. We should have get ourselves a game on our hands. TNC Predator just needs a second there to get ready for the game as March on that Abaddon. I'm not forget to. Are there some awesome sets to look at while players are messing around with the computer? I'm really salty that I as caster don't get to play that in lobbies, because pause time is always annoying. It's always annoying. I'm at a lack of words. Still kinda unsure about this Techies, but man oh man, can he just roam all over T. I'm hoping the reconnect is gonna work out. Some problems in lobby as well. This Monkey King set's looking pretty awesome actually, with the blue staff too. 10 times better than the golden one. But I wonder if this Monkey can really run over a team who wants to be that monster that man fights, goose baits people into thinking they can kill him. Getting decimated. We got the go called from both teams, and with that we are going in. Predator, they gotta be able to push the aggression against the Techies, potentially just take threes at the 20-25 minute mark. You get to see the semi-core Chen here. I mean, both Chen and Abaddon going for the really early items, but it seems like Chen will be the one last hit, will be the one getting his early items going. If he snowballs, that creep army can have huge impact. As for the this Klings, I wonder how well his laning stage is gonna go. He's really gonna depend on grabbing a lot of farm into
30
the lane,
seconds to battle.
curing a ton of creep waves and making sure that then can leave the lane relatively early, go for a couple of kills on the enemy mid lane, on this Grimstroke perhaps later on. That's also a juicy target, because if he just farms and farms and farms and hits creeps all the time, he is not gonna get where he wants to be, and Predator are just going to out-farm on the Templar Assassin. So look at the mines from the tech. He's already doing solid work here. Ocean.
My end comes at a price.
MY on core techies. With the support axe, I wasn't expecting this one. Holy crap, it looks like Tech is just gonna skip the entirety of the creep wave with the axe. I mean, when you have mines, who needs taunt? Who needs the ability to pull that first creep wave? I mean, okay, axe would have spins there, but this Techie securing the first blood is definitely not how I expected game number 1 of this very exciting best of 2 to go. Ocean, if they could even take a game of TNC Predator, it would be huge. Axe now getting shut down by the Grimstroke, who had a pretty good time against that hero. But TZY down. Over on the top lane. Kling's having a good time last hitting Abaddon and Chen. Not too much of a threat for him yet until there's that creep army, and even then he can just eat one of those Chen creeps. Permanently keep that armor reduction, keep that damage up. Abaddon run for his life, and this Kling's, if he could get permanent damage going for the remainder of the game, especially if Techie is capable of stretching this game out a little bit, make it a 70-minute run. I have faith in him. I think the Bone Arch has the damage potential in the current meta, in the Southeast Asian meta especially, because man oh man, when these games go long, can a hero like Klings and anything else with infinite scaling really turn to a hard carry. See more axe cutting shenanigans. In exchange for that, the Monkey King is free farming. He just gets an entire creep wave under his tower for him to blast it at will. Gabby, he really doesn't mind this lane stay. There is a reason why Monkey King is played in the mid lane, and that's an insane amount of control he has over a creep wave. With that bounded strike, he can contest creeps insanely well too, so even the ones he would miss just cost you 100 mana. Looks like Gabby, after X walk into a bit of a oh boy. X took way too much damage in exchange for going for another creep wave. Did he anyone ready to harass, and man oh man, that's exactly the kill that TNC need here. That Techie is going down, committing suicide. Yeah, okay, it's a little bit of poke, but now the Monkey King and the Klings are both getting fed. While the Templar Assassin is winning the mid lane. And with that, Klings can just carry race, which is pretty much what this game is turning into, with the Monkey King already having this weird of a lane, this much farm, this much solo experience as well. I don't know, I mean, Klings gets bursted pretty easily by TA. Techie's now gonna get bursted with Grimstroke and Monkey King as well.
Radiant's bottom
Mine just gets dealt with, and Techie's uses a Fairy Fire, but with Jingle Mastery, a Fairy Fire does not matter either way. Axe is leeching up those creep waves. It's not gonna be the full core Techie. I was expecting that when I saw the 3 mines put down, and you can set it up so that Techie gets the last hit, becomes the carry. Sad about that, because Techie's late game potential, if he becomes a right clicker, is insane. 251 free damage, plus it's a hero that likes to carry an Orchid and stuff like that anyhow for the mana regen. I don't know, I could see it work if you just give him all the tomb, if you get your techies online, because at this rate Klings and the Ember Spirit is dying as well, but okay, it looks like Oracle's gonna live. Ember Spirit is just jungling up, so isn't gonna drop to the creeps here anytime soon.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Kill action seems to be at the top lane, but
Dire's middle tower is
Oracle
under
just
attack.
farming up back to full health, full health, farming up, helping the Klings farm up more importantly. But for the Oracle, getting a couple of levels, getting a lot of experience going is really important too, as well as having the bare minimum of money you need to sustain your mana pool, at least for a team fight. Okay, lead for TNC, this Monkey King. He's had a perfect bottom lane at the cost of, you know, X not quite snowballing as hard as he had hoped to. Techie's meanwhile is just doing Techie's things with the mines having charges, and now Klings is going to get ran up. If TNC needed advantage in the carry run that they wanted. Now Monkey King is so far ahead of the Klings. I'm gonna switch over to net worth here just to show you. And this is the lane state, this is the game state that TNC wanted. They can now chill, they don't necessarily need to go for more kills, so they are going to try Spirit teleporting out of there. TNC set up to gank the Remnant. Ember Spirit is gonna come back into the Remnant, is gonna get trapped. And that's gonna be Abaddon running at him with a Grimstroke stun. Trying to Remnant out, does miss, does the stun, and it's gonna be fine. Well, in the back lines, Techie's just placing a really sneaky mine there. Templar Assassin is kind of Techie resilient, but she does not like the games being dragged out, which is a typical thing Techie likes to do. He likes to make people work for that high ground contestation. I mean, even this high ground suddenly becomes dangerous and the high ground misses chance. Says that Grimstroke is just gonna ton of damage to face there. Boop, down goes Armel to a suicide attack from SMY, who strangely enough gonna survive that. I mean, this tech is having impact. I said when it was picked up, this was going to be a 20-minute or 70-minute game, and both are still very much possible depending on how the TA is going to go. But with her being shut down by the techies once, it looks like Ocean could create the space they need to get their Klings to be able to man fight Templars. It's more importantly to survive Monkey King going on him, because Gabby is fat right now, and Gabby is going to run the axe. Bound to strike if he just wants to proc his Jingu. Quite gonna go for that instead. Spots the techies. Might fix that immediately. Wants to go for the techies. The failed suicide from X. He can save. X has that ultimate available and it's just gotta shut down Monkey King.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Team Ocean getting hit hard there by XMY with the techies, with the great suicide attack. Man, Techies is a highly effective hero, you should not underestimate him. TNC, even coming into the series as the much more experienced, much better team, is struggling against Kling's draft because it's kind of unexpected. It's really hard to deal with Kling's. Almost Abaddon here is going to try to run after him, but gets dusted up, turns around, and with the Bound to Strike, Jingu and the Curse now stacking, and either one can go off before Kling's just gonna get shut down. Another nice carry kill for the side of TNC, who... Ember Spirit's been shut down, Kling's has been shut down, and it looks like Techies, as well as X, dived the bottom lane where Templar Assassin teleported both of them before I could even get there with my cameras on the top lane. TNC, we're looking for a tower kill, but Ocean just are going to have to forfeit that tower as neither X nor Techies can teleport out. Man, I did not expect Armel to just instantly be there and get a double kill, but does have 200 physical damage with the reflection active. That's plus 100 physical damage to 5 attack. Really does hurt, especially with that melt armor reduction.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Armel, he is gonna have excellent desolated timing, so not gonna fall off anytime soon. He's gonna try to run down Grimstroke. Run down Grimstroke, prevent Grimstroke from getting run down.
Dire's
the Ember Spirit
is under attack.
I thought they were gonna turn around there, to be honest. Just stun with the Inkswell on the Empire Assassin. However, looks like that's gonna be a free tower. Going down to Klings, who already has an amazing amount of push just by having that power threats, but just by having a little bit of attributes. He has had a hard lane, but in terms of tower gold, Ocean could very well try to stay in the game a while longer as TNC now pushing the aggression. They have that pretty good Chen creep army there with 2 skeletons summoned to frontline for the range creeps as well as a Hellbear to deal with annoying heroes. Everyone is still level, well, under level 10 here, so the creeps really do hurt. But he stun target, however, Chen himself, and there's the Techies combo with Oracle for the follow-up. Just mining through the Chen creep, which is dangerous to him here. Axe doing his best to keep those busy while the Techies mine does go boom, and Axe just walks it off with an Oracle heal still ticking him up. Team Ocean, they're playing this amazingly hard, but Armel on the Templar Assassin getting more and more fat, sitting on top of the net worth, really just needs a ton of cash. J-Bone got instant nuke there as well by the Ember Spirit, and I think that's how this game is gonna go. I really gotta be on point, because a lot of times they don't even get to that stage where the fight's gonna escalate, where people are gonna come in, people just get instantaneously nuked, and then even the team that won the pickoff, got the pickoff, say no, we don't want to fight against more people coming in here, we've just, so let's back off. And TNC, if the game continues with just fighting, with just brawling, as Klings gets caught, that's it up, and by 3 heroes, mauled to death. Well, they are gonna pull ahead, because honestly in head-to-head fights, TNC's draft has much better momentum. They also farm faster, which is the big issue here for Team Ocean, especially with that Klings being completely shut down. Near used this, and every time he goes deep, tries to look for a kill or whatever. He gets caught, he gets punished for it. The vision is so on point from the side of TNC. And there is 3k lead back up again for TNC Predator. Really aren't under any kind of pressure. It's Klings who needs to go look for kills here.
The rule of regeneration.
Bottom lane. Spirit farming a stack, but Armel comes on in and doesn't even want the stack. He wants the Ember Spirit there with the Desolator done, dishing out a ton of damage. And keep in mind that Ember Spirit is one of the tankiest, highest armor heroes too on Team Ocean. Everyone else is just gonna pick it to Templar Assassin, who's still farming up, who's still worth potential. Every little bit of damage counts. TNC, they gotta capitalize on that Chen army. Meanwhile, Ember Spirit trying to run down Grimstroke, but it isn't gonna happen. Well, so much for that. Player Fist. Running that one around pretty quickly, and Gabby doesn't quite want to boundless strike the Ember Spirit down. Well, Ember Spirit gets himself away. On Chen gets killed off his creep army. No defense against the entirety of Team Ocean coming for TNC there. Fnatic are the other orange tier 1 team in this cup. We're gonna see those meet again for sure as well. I mean, just gonna watch this Klings farm, I guess. At least if he gets that much from TNC's side, because TNC, every time they do get a chance to gank somebody, they will take it. As I say that, an invisible root is gonna spawn, it's gonna go to the Oracle, to the Abaddon. Klings no longer backed by the Oracle. entirety of Ocean grouping up around the Radiant jungle, going for a gank on the mid lane here, as there is a smoke out from the side of TNC as well, who just want to go towards the Roche pit. And it looks like Team Ocean, they know what's going on. They are well aware of what's happening here, so Techis goes and pushes out the bottom lane. Is just gonna try and push it, make sure that after that Roche, TNC can just take that bottom T1 that's still standing. Monkey sitting there with the ultimate ready. Techis and Mr. should contest the Chen ultimate, Brimstone ultimate. Roche still alive, however Armel gets the last hit. Axe will steal the Aegis. The Templar has to go down, she is down, but that's the Monkey King ultimate. Making short work of everybody. Oracle gonna drop and the Axe gonna lose the Aegis. King's ultimate. It do a good deal of damage. Was enough to kill the Templar Assassin in the end, but with that huge Monkey King ultimate, TNC, they're pulling ahead. They're pretty much destroying side of Team Ocean here. Klings, this is why I said his permanent damage is important. His 5 death pack damage. Those skeletons that took a while mauling down the Templar Assassin with a ton of arrows. Quicker, well no, not the quicker, but the less arrows to kill off the Templar Assassin, to kill off a Roche as well. Good. It all depends on the permanent damage you have to really want to go for attack speed, really want to go for the survivability of the Devastator, because now he gets ran down again. Klings does not get to snowball at all, does not get to benefit from this Techie so far. And while the Techie himself is having impact, he's making space for what? An Ember Spirit and an Axe. Well, the Ember Spirit and the Axe, it seems to be pretty effective if they catch Chen. Axe and Oracle is a good combo and all that. I mean, the only issue is it's gonna fall off, and Ember Spirit can solo carry the game even with a disarm for the Templar Assassin, for the Monkey King. Templar Assassin already has the potential to tear anyone apart. Monkey King has the Echo, making his ultimate that huge threatening team wipe machine, and is saving up for a difficult blade. It's gonna make ganking the Ember Spirit a lot easier here. And it looks like Gabby not gonna be able to catch the Ember Spirit there. They would have had a hard time getting the Evident Curve, but instead,
Dire's middle tower
as this Templar Assassin, he can man fight up, turn around on anyone trying to run him down. Got the Blink Dagger on the PA as well, now saving up for the BKB, so Snowball's real, definitely a lot of that 3k gold advantage is on the Templar Assassin, and a lot of course as well on the Monkey King with his Diffy Blade coming in here.
Dire's top tower
TNC just pushing. They say if Team Ocean want to tower trade, so be it. They'll have a hard time trading Templar Assassin plus Chen army. I mean, look at the damage the creeps are doing.
Dire's top tower
Down goes the tower. Radiant tier 2, not even contested yet. Klings has a Desolator now as well, is capable of dealing a lot of damage, amplifying the carry's damage output by a ton.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ember gets spotted, but who is capable is gonna get out of there. Now there's smoke into the bottom half of the map. X tried to teleport out. Bounce Strike is there though, and TZY getting shut down with ease by Armel. Monkey King with that Diffy Blade hasn't yet had a chance to run down anybody, get that free Jingu proc every single time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ember Spirit meanwhile trying to farm up. Well, TNC are gonna invade the Dire Triangle, find what's left of the stack, and have it go to the Monkey King, to the Chen army.
Dire's bottom tower
Philosopher's
is under
Stone
attack.
gets picked up. Evidence gotta take. I mean, as long as he gets the curse off his right click damage, doesn't really matter.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And if Evident can get Aghanim, and that's so insane, you get gone on. Evident presses are, and everyone is near immortal. Well, everyone's pushing down the top lane. Grimstroke, there's Alto. Here's the initiation. Here's the X jumping in with the call. The huge monkey ultimate, however, and with that diff blade, like I said, Jingu every single time. Gonna be the next target. Shut down by a Chen creep army. The nice Chen heal. Gonna keep everyone alive, but Ocean, they have only lost an Oracle, which is their healer, but if they can get everybody out, they just have to reset, worry about defending, never mind getting everybody out of there. That's Ember Spirit dead, and with that it could be game very soon here, as TNC, they now not only have the lead that they wanted in order for the TA to snowball over everyone. I mean, Armel almost has that BK. First tier 3 could get pushed here with the Chen army. Texas mines, maybe an ish, but not if you have refresh that, not if you push faster and Texas can even put down the mines.
Dire structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
TNC Predator, they're at the 9k, nearly 10k lead. I think they're waiting Armel's BKB as well as... I don't even know what's their other teamfight item. I mean, the Aghanim's on the Abbot is still a long ways away. Stroke is nowhere near a spot where he could consider going for a 30-35 minute Aghanim's on support. And this Chen, who is kind of the other core, mostly just there to keep Templar and Monkey King alive, so if either the Monkey King or the Templar Assassin gets ganked, gets shut down by a Klings, who could perhaps go for an or for a Bloodthird or something. Similarly,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed.
I mean, it's great for sniping couriers as well. I think sniping Templar Assassin, sniping the Monkey King, both of those are a way harder task, but not impossible if you're fighting with attackies on your side. There's the Monkey King ultimate, but absolutely nobody there to whip it. Gabby just, you know, throwing that one out for the push, I guess, for the zoning. And TNC Predator, they gotta be careful about what fights to take. I mean, with that Monkey King ultimate down, with Templar Assassin having very limited catch, getting a chance to go on and getting a chance to run at Team Ocean is gonna be the hardest part of this game. Templar Assassin trying to run in there from the back, gets scouted out, but check his mines though. Spirit knows to get out of there. Can he do it in time? So with the silence, maybe hard. He does avoid the Grave and will be out of there with the false promise. Everyone got out of there. Kling's now ready for the reinitiation. Time to get himself some permanent damage, he says. Only having 10 of that to really benefit off of the Desolator. Templar Assassin is gonna be the first up the high ground. Deals a decent amount of damage to the Ember Spirit, but Ember Spirit has tanked up against her. As a blade mail, has Tev's Halberd coming in soon. Monkey King is going to get caught, is going to face the damage of all of those heroes amplified by the Klings. Templar is just tearing one hero apart. Monkey King has dropped. PA is disarmed. Now that she's no longer disarmed, gonna get taunted by the exit. Klings hearing 2 kills, 10 permanent damage, and a lot of gold swinging around. Abaddon is gonna be the third to die, with the Oracle coming up that high ground, killing him off. And Chen trying to that part, but it's gonna get
Radiant's top tower
Gearing chained down. Axe will finish off the kill, and with that, full team wipe, other than the Grimstroke, who barely made it out after spending all of his mana. Freshly bought Blink. This is not the fight that he wanted. This is not the fight they were expecting either. I don't think they expected Klings to deal that much damage there with his ultimate. But that's why I respect that hero.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I mean, he's now running down the top lane, running down the tier 2 tower, can then go up the high ground.
Illusion!
Radiant are scanning.
And well, apparently TNC not quite pushing the aggression. They do want this Roche really badly, but just going in without a pickup seems risky, even with the Templar Assassin is now 2 seconds. In comes the Ember Spirit. Dodging the Techie's mines up that hill in advance is really nice though. Templar Assassin walks into one of those high ground stuns. That's when Klings can potentially kill her up, but Klings just gets Grimstroke killed up himself. Ember Spirit, like I said, should be able to get away from the Grimstroke ultimate, but that's his least issue. They have no damage on the side of Ocean with Klings ultimate. Even doing some work, just not as much work as it did in the fights before. Now TNC, they can go back into the road for real this time. Ember Spirit prepared to contest, but what do you contest against a Templar Assassin this huge? If there is a Monkey King backing her up, if there's a stun, it's gonna be a really hard game. Roche gonna get melted in foot time here actually. Ember Spirit peeks around the corner, but Templar Assassin, she does not want the Ember Spirit, she wants the healer, and down goes the Oracle. Ember Spirit and Techie's now ready to try and make a play on the Roche, but with the two of them that's going to be very hard. King comes on in, tosses out the ultimate, making sure that this Roche cannot be contested, demining it all in time as well. Roche goes on down to the Radiant, the Aegis cannot be snatched thanks to the Monkey King ultimate. Techie's just goes on down, proactiveness paying on Ember Spirit. They have this the Templar Assassin, but may just pay with die for that one. Trying to make it up the high ground side. There is some Templar Assassin with Wasp arm. Now hitting herself hard with the Blade Mail, and it's gonna lose her Aegis. In exchange for the Axe Slice, he has no Aegis. Klings barely escapes the dust of appearance as he wanted to get out the second that Axe died. Doesn't have that skeleton army available yet. If you really want to combine that with the call, with chopping people up, so not too many of those precious arrows go to waste. Assassin with double damage roof, running down that mid tower. Oracle gonna amplify her attack speed even more.
Dire's middle tower.
EA blinking forward, going for a kill in any second, but doesn't quite get vision on anybody. TNC, they're showing the difference between a borderline tier 1, borderline tier 2 team and a well-established tier 1 team with a lot of major experience, because they're playing this really well, they're playing this really clean, and they can keep this up, then I could definitely see TNC just end the game after the next team fight. They'll have plenty of time on that Aegis. Oh no, wait, Aegis got wrecked there actually by the axe. Okay, so no buybacks committed as far as but not a lot of them ready either. I mean, Ember Spirit is scary, Techie's mostly just because he plays a lot of mines, but the one you really don't want to buy back is
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
TNC Predator should just be forcing the aggression. I think they will, yeah. They spot Ember Spirit, and that's all the kills they need. If only they could have burned a little bit more mana. Monkey King, he does pretty happy to have bullied away the Ember Spirit there. TNC Predator, after all, are way ahead in towers, are way ahead in match state. They really just need whatever pickup allows them to go up the high ground. So, no engagement gonna happen at the bottom lane. At the top lane, Grimstroke may get caught out by the Techies and Axe. Just as a reminder of the laning, Grimstroke, too agile, is just gonna get out of there, teleport immediately now that he knows he's been spotted. Because he does not want anything to do with that still pretty dangerous Techies Axe combo. I mean, it falls off at some point, that's why I'm such a fanboy of that right-click Techies, even if you're a support, even if you just... Yeah, Aghanim is a good item.
is under
And after
attack.
that you can then get an orchid or something. Just for the mana region you're still gonna place a ton of mines, but at some point or another you'd like some to save yourself from exactly this happening. However, with Templar Assassin now being up the high ground and ready to attack with BKB, Ember Spirit almost gonna die after that false promise. It's gonna stay alive a little while longer thanks to the Flame Guard. It's gonna be able to get out of there. Oracle buying back, getting a hard fight. 14 TNC rep spot back. There, Grimstroke, and down goes the Abaddon. Everyone rushing forward from the side of Ocean Throne, and they may just be rushing in the trap as down comes the Monkey King with that ultimate, with a ton of damage in the face of things, in the face of everybody. Down goes Techie, and the Spirit still man fighting this up. The last carry standing, but how long can you keep this up? Okay, pretty long with an X-Call, and Templar killing herself 2 on Blade now actually. Monkey King with Jingle, so 2 out of target to shut down with just a Blade. And Captain Spirit, the last one standing, plus Klings who just bought back, I think. Yeah, he did. So it's only Klings left alive to defend the high ground as best he can against the Fat Monkey King plus Chen army. That's gonna be pretty difficult, especially with Chen now being able to pick up a catapult here. Gonna see TNC each Ocean Space for a while now, I think. Just trying to keep them locked up. Just make this 17k gold lead, 20k gold lead. Get Templar Assassin her butterfly finished so you have that evasion going. Force Klings to effectively
Dire's
pick up
bottom tower
MKBs.
is under attack.
Well, they are already lacking damage too, so having that little remainder evasion that you get with an MKB picked up nowadays will still really help out in just preventing Ocean from coming online, from having the damage needed to win those team fights reliably. Seems to be working out pretty well. I mean, this Klings 15 permanent damage, a Desolator and a Dragonlance. That is not how you want your position 1 to go. If he could pick up a full Daedalus, that would be huge,
Radiant
but
are scanning.
that's a very expensive, hard to get item that
Not as
is
impressive.
even harder to make work, to make Snowball for you. Since with that Daedalus, you're still very squishy, you're very much susceptible to getting gone on by a Templar Assassin. It's already in charge of this game, gonna be even more in charge with that Butterfly finish too. As jumping out of there isn't gonna get caught by the Pipeman train, and with that, TNC this game quickly. They're going to have to push in lanes. Techies can't really defend high ground that well yet. If you have a Templar Assassin with the refraction just walking up the high ground, dishing out a good amount of damage. So nobody going to get caught by TNC yet. They're just spread across the map while Ember Spirit rats down that
Radiant's
bot lane a
bottom
little
tower
bit.
is under attack.
Tries to get those tier 2s to at least swing around the gold advantage a little bit, and so far with Team Ocean farm split very well, letting their towers go down. They're actually able to secure a lot of gold. Ember Spirit has now picked up a Radiant.
Is under attack.
Try and make up for that much needed missing damage. The missed chance from the aura is also just really freaking great. And looking for that Ethereal Blade next, but getting that Radiance to work out for you in a fight, doing more than
Dire's
just
top tower is
melting a
under
couple of
attack.
reactions is gonna be really difficult here. Team Ocean, if they want to fight, and they don't want to, but they need to here, they need to find Smoke Gank. Well, TNC, they're just camping, they're chilling. They've got nothing to worry about. Also, people complaining about me not showing net worth, that's my bad. There you go. But Templar Assassin and Monkey King, they're so fat. I don't think anything's gonna shut them down anyhow. Templar Assassin about to purchase a Satanic here. The only thing that might be interesting is whether Klings can make a comeback and if this Ember Spirit can anyhow stay relevant in the next team fight. I mean, Ocean almost got a good harass there. They're now gonna catch March. This entire team behind him, and that's the tank, really not the person you want to focus. TNC, they get out of there since they got Stroke just committed to bot lane, farming it up, securing a lot of solo experience. I would love to see him go for an Aghanim Scepter here at that Dark Illusion with the ton of damage. But the runes just get taken. No brawl happening here either. Team Ocean, they're out of their base. They know they need to play the game forward, farm wherever they can, get pickups wherever they can, but getting a pickup is pretty hard if Gabby has an Abaddon to back him up.
Tower is under attack.
And it looks like we have a Monkey King Aghanim Scepter finished up there, as well as the Skadi by now.
Radiant's
Gabby with that
bottom tower
Satan
is under attack.
coming in. He could actually become the carry that Klings and Ember Spirit were both hoping to be. And because they were both hoping to be those carries, oh, that's a lot of damage on Gabby though. Out of there, gets healed up immediately. Axe jumps on in with the chest heal. Instead, that's gonna mean Monkey King gets to turn around, gets to go ham on people. There is the Monkey King ultimate, burning a ton of mana, and Axe still getting spirits out with a false promise, but he is dead 1,000-fold over. TNC, they got a kill. They can turn this into a forest buyback immediately, but they just want to go for the Roche, which may become a forced buyback too, with Ocean well aware that their Texas mines went off. Well aware that the high ground isn't going to be defended by just a bunch of mines with a refraction up, with Abaddon being ready to walk up the high ground at any time, provided he has full health again. Trank boots and the Chen, he's going to get there though. He's going to go back to base anyways, it seems. So TNC, are they just gonna go for a 4-man push, or are they gonna wait for the Abaddon ultimate with that Aghanim Scepter? Keep Gabby as well as the Templar Assassin alive here, because Monkey King still 30 seconds from the ultimate.
Dire structures are fortified.
But it looks like TNC, they aren't afraid of anything without that call being online. They just whack away at the tower. Have the Monkey King Illus, or Illus statues, do some good work there. Terraparts the range, and now Medirex as well, but there's the Klings, dishing out a good amount of damage on the Monkey King, but Monkey King has babysitters behind him, has tanked up by now, has cheats as well. He is not afraid of a thing. Maybe with the X-Call coming out, is Jingle Master enough? Yes it is. Monkey King keeping himself alive, well, both X and Y, as well as the Ember Spirit, now the X. After that call, go on down. Down goes the Oracle for saving the X, prolonging his life, allowing him to get all of those spins out, and the damage is huge, but it's not huge enough to deal with TNC's near infinite health pools. The Templar Assassin just has so much damage that Ocean can't tank forever. X goes in again. No more false promise or hoping to get an ultimate on the Monkey King going, but even Blade Mail ends up not being enough with that Earth Vessel. Klings throwing everything he has at the Monkey King as well in desperation and trying to kill him off, but it's not gonna happen. Instead, Ember Spirit about to go down to Templar Assassin. Very nice miss chance of the Radiant saving him there. The Spirit still front lining, and Gabby has that ultimate available, has that Aghanim Scepter available, could just make pick up any one given hero once this Mountain Strike comes off cooldown. But really, TNC, they're just gonna end it here. They want the last best of 2 of the day to be a relatively quick one, and I say relatively as Ocean. They were on multiple occasions against TNC and pulled the game to go 40 minutes. It was truly a good game. They held their own against a very experienced tier 1 team, and in goes the Techies, dying off. It's just kind of sad that there was no game for Team Ocean. They had Terrorblade, they had Patrolets. Maybe this game could have been so interesting, but we are
FY, he's found himself No-Tail out on his own.
He's trapped him.
There's No-Tail. Is he going to get any sort of backup? No, he's not. There's 3 still dead on OG. It'll be a slow and painful death here for No-Tail as Ame comes in for the kill secure.
And I love the way that Chalice popped his BKB super early in that fight. He's so, I just need to get my ulti off, and he cast it at a very safe range. He didn't wait for the last second of his BKB. He's not very greedy. And I think that's a lot of the reason why they've been winning these team fights. Seb has been struggling, still about 1,000 gold away from his BKB.
Yeah, this Brewmaster is a display of perfection, really. It's the highest level in the game with his Bloodseekers.
And doing a ton of damage in the fight. One of the most damage in the game as an offlaner.
Now has full Shiva, so even more ways. He's pretty much itemized entirely just to be like, Ana, I'm ruining your game. I've got Radiance, I've got Shivas. You're going to struggle so much in these fights as Phantom Lancer.
Eric's did his best to keep Ana alive, and but Ana wasn't able to do damage because he was ruptured. He wasn't that low on HP, but still can't run around.
Seb.
Oh, I'm just going to ninjas here.
Got to be careful who shows up top. Indeed, Jerax. He's going out on his own. He doesn't expect Ame to have this invis route. As Ame will show himself. Jerax goes across, but Somnus is there.
Somnus is not messing around rupturing.
No mercy. They're feeling very confident now at this point, getting these very advantageous team fights as well as getting kills on the split push too. Thompson though, will find X-Nova.
Seb, and as well, between the two of them, they'll take down the support edge. FY's going to come in though. He hasn't got anyone else with him at the moment. It is just FY, so just playing around with Seb.
He has no help around at all, and he's still just making Seb's life miserable.
He's toying with him. He's just making him not be able to come back. Look, they're already starting to rotate this Brewmaster and Bloodseeker too, and FY, he's ready to look for Seb.
Seb's got to get out.
Oh, Seb.
As indeed, FY, the patience, keeping that control on Seb, buying time for Chalice to come in. Ana is going to look towards the Tusk. Chalice is now there, does have Primal Split available if he wants to look to take this fight. Somnus coming in as well. As Ana, Seb look to hide in the trees. Can they get out of it? Ana's got a TP available. He's into the trees. He's going to show himself in the lane though. They're going to continue to head over. They are going to see Seb make it out in time. They don't have a stun. Ana, can he get out as well? He can. OG will avoid that rotation from PSG LGD.
FY is just so obnoxious there, following Seb for over a minute, just stalking him, trying to have his team come over.
So that's about, a minute without Aegis being used for LGD. They have 2 minutes left, I would say, to capitalize on this Aegis. Oh man, looks like he is level the PL.
Pretty much back to a 50-50. PSG LGD 2-1 up at the moment in this best of 5 grand finals. 1 game needed to secure the championship title. And at this point, they are ahead here in game 4.
No-Tail hasn't had time to gather a full army of Ancient Freaks. Right now, he just has the Ancient Black Dragon. You really want those other auras when you're at a big disadvantage in these team fights already.
Yeah, it's tough though, because Jerax doesn't want to be following around his Chen, giving him the Aghanim, so. As Thompson, he does have a Lincoln Sphere picked up, and they should have the BKB finished on Seb too. So that'll give him a little bit easier time to get those Blink Claws as he's been suffering to do so in the last few fights. And Somnus, I've Scotty picked up, about to be level 25 as well.
Yeah, they just need a couple more minutes on the side of OG before they're ready to fight. Wait for Aegis to expire.
Seb, he's in, gets the call, the characters, but again, FY, there with the snowball save. He's going to be fine, and now they turn to look towards the axe. The taunt's going to be out. Seb goes for the TP. They've got the stun to cancel though. Seb held back for now. Thompson trying to offer his best from the side to provide some sort of safety, as he will get Seb back. They're able to get Seb back to safety, and Thompson, he's running away. X-Nova's there with the wraparound, gets the slow off, gives the vision for the snowball. TP from No-Tail's coming in towards the stride, but Thompson, he's trapped.
That's twice in this series that X-Nova just comes out of nowhere. Like, he's just on a warding expedition, then he just ends up wrapping behind these people constantly.
Perfect time.
Perfect timing, and has the Senton creep to boot. And look at these deep wards that he's placed during that time that he was running around doing so. He now has full vision of OG. Yeah, he sees Ana farming these Ancients right now.
Oh, Ana. FY just giving so much information for the team. He's got eyes on him. Get the punch on the wrong target, but the snowball pass will catch Ana. Ana, he's in trouble. The Blood Bright Silence connects. He's got the Manta back up in a second, but can he really play his way out of this?
Radiant team back.
Ana down for a minute and a half.
Just having just having all this vision. X-Nova throughout this whole tournament
Predators
has
turn
had
to ban.
the best vision in every situation, even when you wouldn't expect it. You're just like, oh, they're fighting on the left side. They're not gonna have vision over here. But no, X-Nova always seems to have those prepared in every situation.
And he has some incredible foresight to be able to have these wars that just lead to really.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and with that we are back one final time. We got ourselves Team Ocean versus TNC Predator. Team Ocean, they actually did surprisingly well with Taki's meme draft up against TNC Predator. They prolonged the game quite a bit. Made TNC work for it there in game number 1, but in the end the Templar Assassin just became the raid boss that hero usually becomes. Quite frankly, Templar Assassin just running over and ruining a game is such a common occurrence in the current meta. It's really something a lot of players love to be doing with that hero, and well, you saw where that gets us.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. TNC Predators turn
Teams
to ban.
taking a lot of time before each ban, making sure they don't make any mistakes going into this very last draft for today in the group stages of the World Esports Legendary League, which honestly has been so far an amazing tournament to cast, and the real hype, of course, playoffs. So a lot of Dota still coming up tomorrow and the days after.
10 seconds remaining.
But for today the question is, can TNC just go for a stomp here?
Remaining.
Can Ocean maybe go for a creative and so superior that they managed to take a game off TNC Predator? I mean, one thing I always say, if you're playing against the superior players, and pretty well more so, a lot of the people I cast tend to challenge me to 1v1s, and if you are up against a player with just way much more skill, make sure you can stun them. Make sure you can just prevent them from using that better skill to outplay you constantly. And Ocean, their last draft worked pretty well.
Radiant
They're
team
to
ban.
late game with, other than the techies, to push the game to go long. I mean, Ember Spirit, he got a Radiance, but it was just a Radiance on an Ember Spirit. Too little too late there. The Klings didn't do any damage from a certain point onward.
TNC Predators turn to ban.
And we got the Phoenix band out now. I wonder what heroes we're gonna see for this next game. I want to see a Klings with an Aghanim Scepter. I want to see that Klings carry work out for a change, because that hero can just be so huge if you have like 100 permanent damage, the skeleton army ready, and Aghanims on the Klings going. Team Ocean, they gotta pull an even more convincing strategy out of their hats than last game. I mean, having a cheese strat like that up your sleeve as a team captain is pretty much normal. Having 2 of them though, that's a pretty tough ask. It's gonna be a Chen to start things off. Okay, that's decent, that's solid. I can get behind Chen picked up.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And we're just waiting for TNC to make up their mind on a strategy, see if they want to hard counter this. Chen is... okay, Earthshake is back. So we can see Team Ocean really thinking ahead there. That's why they took that much time for each ban. It's gonna be a Grimstroke for TNC, which sets up some really good teamfight potential if they pick up more point clickers. And even without them, Grimstroke himself is just huge. But I mean, Beastmaster, Never miss a place with a Grimstroke draft. Lina is also still very strong if you just get her a little bit of
10 seconds
right-click
remaining.
damage, maybe a little bit of right-click range depending on the enemy draft. And she
5
can get in a lot of damage
seconds
from those sidelines. Then Lina can potentially just stop a team fight advance, ruin a team's
Radiant
game
team
completely
pick.
just by being there and attacking from the sidelines. Just.
Radiant team ban.
And we got a Tusk picked up for TNC Predator as they want someone capable of dealing with the Chen creeps, who's also the disabler and the frontliner. Tusk with a Blink Dagger can really nicely just ruin people's lives.
Ten seconds remaining.
Full
5
Warlord
seconds
though means
remaining.
the carry for Ocean is already gonna be revealed. If he comes online, a huge carry. However, today Troll Warlords didn't have that much success here in the tournament. Most of the ones we saw did kind of just, well, not come online and get wrecked for lack of items. I wonder if Ocean can bring the Troll Warlord online against TNC, who already seem to be set up for a more aggressive approach to this game, who just wanna show they're the most dominant team in the cup.
TNC
and that
Predators.
nobody dares
Radiant
stand up to
team
them.
pick.
So, we got an Enigma picked up. We
10
got
seconds
a
remaining.
lot of CC now up on TNC Predator. That double Enigma stun with the Grimstroke
TNC
ultimate.
Predators
It's
turn
more nasty than
over.
people would generally expect. Ocean picking up a Pangolier here. A great amount of counter for the Enigma if you can just get a couple of lucky procs while hitting at him. During a black hole, you can save your team a lot of damage that way. Troll Ward, of course, has the same effect on people. They just gotta stop
10
casting if Troll
seconds
attacks them,
remaining.
even from range, because Troll is that one range hero who builds a Skull Basher, and
5
even in ranged
seconds
mode,
remaining.
a 10% stun chance is more than enough Enigma for trying to throw out a black hole. But TNC, if they now just get a good melee carry, going to kind of protect that Enigma during the black holes, going to kind of synergize with the Tusk here to run people down early on, I could really just see TNC take this game in 20 or less minutes, go for a quick one, like it looked like they were planning in the first game with the draft initially.
Radiant team pick.
The sack.
It's gonna be a Lashrak picked up for TNC, who seem to know exactly what they're doing. Because the thing is, Lashrak, it's one of those heroes, it's kind of like the katana. It's either used by people who have absolutely no clue whatever the hell they're
10
doing,
seconds
or
remaining.
by the people who have all the clue about what they're doing. And with TNC Predator and that
5
Lashrak, it's
seconds remaining.
absolutely the second. They know how to make that hero work, they know how to run over a team. And we're gonna see that in action, we're gonna show them
Predators.
what they're made of here. Team Ocean picking up a Vengeful Spirit. The swap's great against Lashrak, can prevent people from interrupting a black hole too, so Vengeful in that regard, a huge zoning tool. Amazing killing machine when it comes to setting up the team
10
fights in a way that
seconds
if you have the
remaining.
damage behind you, you kill somebody. She doesn't really go for solo kills, but
5
two
seconds
people and
remaining.
a Venture swap ready is enough to ruin anyone's day if you position her right. TNC, I think they need a
Radiant
late
team
game carry who can snowball, but scale well too. I mean, Terrorblade may be too greedy, but something like an anti-mage I could see here. Where they and a Lashrak, they got the space to rotate early on and put anti-mage in those fights as soon as they start really, without having to worry about his well-being too much.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So with that Queen of Pain last band, which it's exactly what Ocean need. They need some momentum. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a Maelstrom Pangolier or just the full support or a Pangolier. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Maelstrom personally. Maelstrom into a Vlad into a Blink Dagger or something just seems to work out so well in the off lane. But Team Ocean, they may not be willing or able to get a snowball going on that Pangolier. The Doozer would have been huge for TNC Predator as she comes pretty quick. She comes online pretty quickly considering what a huge late gamer she is. Once you get level 12, once you get level 15, plus the mana shield, you're already hard enough to kill, to show up in those fights, throw out a couple of snakes. Ocean last picking the Void Spirit, who is still left in the draft, who in the right hands can definitely ruin a team's life, can make Leshrac wish he wasn't born too. There's that one voice line he has. Fitting to the situation. Well, he has a lot of voice lines about the Void and stuff coming to claim him. Well, Void Spirit definitely counters him, and TNC Predator, they need to think of something. Okay, that works. You get an Ethereal Blade, you're online. You can scale near infinitely, you can morph into other heroes to mess with them. That's what TNC Predator need here. I would have taken Phantom Lancer for an answer. I would have taken any hero with sufficient late game scaling for an answer, but Morphling definitely has that, and it comes online pretty quickly. If you can just go full agility, hit creeps in the jungle with a Mask of Madness on, go that way to come online here. We are preparing to load in, and first off, that's a really sexy Pangolier loadout. He's got a really sexy blade. He's got a Gun Immortal 2, which makes that animation so much cooler. But whether TZY can deliver on that core Pangolier position 3 up against a Leshrac, a Morphling, and an Enigma 2, because if you roll on the Pango and you get caught by a black hole, your ultimate is just wasted. Enigma can do that really well. He can even throw out a one-man black hole just to keep the rolling Pangolier contained, but usually if he rolls in, there's other heroes next to it anyways who want to profit off that stun, so I still think TNC could take this game really well here. Just get online. Oh, they have the incredibly hard task of getting a troll warlord online. The Morphling, who really just wants to kill that troll as early as possible with as much damage as he can. Plus, if the game goes late, if it is a 50-60 minute game again, Troll Warlord gets a Blink Dagger on top of a Skull Basher, plus, I don't know, Satanic and some other stuff. All of that good late game build plus a Blink Dagger to catch the Morphling, even when he waveforms from you. He could have a chance of killing Gabby with a Skull Basher in his inventory, because then the Morphling just doesn't get to waveform away anymore. Kite Troll around even longer. I'm not saying it's not a hard task, because Morph can potentially just turn into a second Troll Warlord, even without the Skull Basher. Output a lot of damage that way, get a lot of attack speed, counter the Troll with, and if Morph picks up an MKB, Troll Warlord is gonna suffer anyhow.
"30 seconds to battle."
It looks like we got Tusk with an early game gang squad hiding in the Rose Pit. Venge gets right click down first with the tag team. That's a clean first blood for the side of TNC, who really want to pull ahead.
The battle begins.
The dusk is
I mean, if this Morphling just gets enough of a gold lead going, gets a bit of kill participation his way as well, and really just snowball, team snowball all over team. There is TNC. Looking to just zone out Pangolier as well as the Vengeful completely. Get an XP advantage going with that. plus Tusk, and it seems to be working out. Morphling, he got a bit of solo experience from that wave. He got a lot of safe, uncontested last hit, with the Wave Troops still alive and pushing the lane in. Over on the bottom lane, Enigma left alone. Doesn't really like that, and it means the Troll Warlord is gonna be free farming. TNC, they seem to be willing to take that risk. Just make sure Morphling is ahead. Top lane is gonna be won, but look at that. The right pick's just in the face of Tim's. Gonna make the kill happen. Vengeful Spirit with the stun with Pangolier. Having Swashbuckle available is too much damage all of a sudden. TNC, if they want to continue laning this top aggressive tri-lane, they gotta be careful in what they're doing. They gotta make sure this lane works out. Pangolier caves the stun, and Fame is gonna be just fine on that Vengeful Spirit. Survive through that. I mean, Void Spirit could come top lane once he reaches level 6. If his mid lane is going to work out here. Tusk meanwhile gets stunned again.
Things as hard as you can.
As Fame chose that Vengeful is just too hard of a kill to go on. But this Void Spirit, he may not have the best lane ever against Leshrac, not the worst either. Just kind of trading regen for superior hits, and that's exactly what this lane is gonna be. But if Leshrac comes online, Void Spirit has to leave the lane, and he could use that time to just gank a Morphling, try to get a kill on him before he becomes too strong, before he becomes that 1k agility hero, if he is full agi, who can still morph into strength if he needs to. Because when Morphling has a bit of a sustained health pool, a bit of a permanent amount of health to sit on, that's where he will really be impossible to shut down anymore, where he's through every stun with armor from of that delicious agility. Yeah, he is still pretty far from that. He's doing his best to farm up, but after that tri-lane start into this game, Gabby should be fine stabilizing now. He is sitting on top of the last, it's even ahead of the Troll Warlord, who's basically been given pretty much free lane. Enigma just abandoning the bottom lane, going for the jungle every now and then, making sure he maintains his own GPM in exchange for sacrificing some of that delicious solo XP. But as long as this Morph is farming and Armel has some kind of a lane, even if he is behind, then the game is going the way that TNC wanted to, and it's up to Team Ocean to kind of turn things around, to kind of find a solution to this problem. Aim going invis on a Vengeful Spirit could position himself for a follow-up kill on anyone really that gets caught.
Dire's courier has been killed.
So we just got a quiet laning stage here, probably until the 5-minute mark, unless they got a fight right now. A couple of right clicks on the Grimstroke, but it looks like the side of TNC very much wants to fight. They will try to kill off the XMY Chen, but that was a bit of miscommunication with thinking he could give the kill to Morphling, and Morphling being disarmed just that second. Gabby is now gonna more strength. Can't really be killed up effectively there. The Grimstroke, however, will be run down by the Pangolier, and now the Rune Spawn. Morph, Gabby is gonna take one of those as he is getting out of there. Ocean pull ahead in terms of the kills. This Morphling is the only one who really can't afford to die, and it looks like Gabby getting himself out of there. Getting swashbuckled after this arm once again coming through, but there is the tag team. There is the Morphling stun. Morphling getting back under the tower. Morphling back into agility, as all he really wants now is to heal up enough to be out of kill range. However, the Morphling is being kept alive from TNC there, and as such, TNC continue farm while having the lead here. Team Ocean, if they can go for that or a similar amount of pressure, a couple more times with the Chen army, with a Pangolier just dishing out the swashbuckle damage. Or, okay, in comes Fane finally, after camping a whole while at the mid lane, but eventually Dashrak shows up, gets some reduced and a stun to the face, and is just instantaneously down by the Void Spirit with a random plus shield combo. Now the top lane initiation, not gonna happen apparently. Okay, this top lane seems to be going pretty quietly considering how it's 3 versus 3. But I mean, TNC, they don't mind as long as the Morphling isn't dying and is getting GPM going for himself. Gabby is most definitely doing here. TNC. Running down Ocean, but they don't quite have the kill potential on Armel yet. He has a level 1 ultimate, is level 6, but won't live long enough in any real teamfight scenario to cast it and get the damage out with it. In comes the Void Spirit onto the Leshrac, keeping him in place for a while, but this is really just revenge for the mid lane. This is not too much of a brawl breaking out just yet. Meanwhile, Gabby saving up for that Ethereal Blade, which I kind of called during the draft, as on the mid lane finally there is initiation. Void Spirit wants to go there, who's just gonna solve up with the Grimstrokes done and be just fine. Over on the bottom lane, down goes the Troll Warlord to a black hole, a one-man black hole, but with Armel finally getting a kill, finally getting some gold swinging his way. Exactly what TNC now be able to this bottom tier 1 tower. Put the damage onto a tower here. Team Ocean, they really need to continue getting their cores online. Really need to get more impact from that Void Spirit, who admittedly has made some big plays, but has sacrificed a lot of farm to make them, and is as such gonna have a lot harder time with that double Void Step. On bottom, the tier 1 has fallen, and up the mid lane against Void Spirit now, preparing to go onto him. Look at that damage Void Step does. That hero is not to be underestimated. On top lane, down goes the Morphling, getting caught by 3. He was left alone by his own aggressive tri-lane, and Oceans is still very much committed to this lane. Plus an extra gank. Well, Troll Warlord now goes ham on that tower. Morphling, maybe very tanky and have tanked 4 people there for quite a while, but well, 4 people is one too many, and now it looks like March making stacks, but once again Ocean coming to Team TNC's jungle. They have noticed that TNC is very fond of making recovery stacks. Here comes Armelto, not only doing a lot of stacks, but also to Fame, and Fame is going to go down to the Leshrac here. Leshrac with his ultimate, dishing out a lot of damage, but there's the Void Spirit killing him off. Claiming the stack for the side of Team Ocean. One goes to the Void Spirit, the other to the Troll Warlord. That TNC sacrifices their gold lead for the first time in the game. It's a really good positioning here for Team Ocean, who are 7 kills ahead and could really take a victory off of the season tier 1 team. I mean, Troll Warlord now instantly got the jungle items he wants for the early game as well from that stack. That's why stacking is such a good move nowadays. You just commit 1 carry to the jungle 1 time, and that carry just gets all of the items as soon as they can drop, because all of those creeps will still drop items once timer's passed. And Morphling, he gets an Ironwood tree as a bit of a consolation prize there that is gonna help him reach his goal of an Ethereal Blade. That is gonna help him reach his goal to deal a lot more damage with those right clicks as well once he gets that Ethereal Blade, because every little bit of attributes matters, especially on a Morphling. Also, that's just the very best thing you could possibly get. However, Team Ocean, they are trying to put the aggression onto TNC, make sure TNC don't get time to farm We got a Void Spirit with that Jelly buff up, going for a perfect Remnant on the Grimstroke at March. Any last words? Nope. Gets taken up of the map, as will the Pangolier in retaliation. TNC, they are looking to get arm out to snowball potential, giving him a couple of kills, saving up for any Yules here so he can even just run into a fight, press ultimate and put himself in the air for a little while. And honestly, that's still not the impact you want from your Lash, but having the option to make yourself immortal plus setting up the perfect stuns just makes it good enough to buy it. It's kind of like a Lina where the stun setup, in addition to this health save, kind of the ability to make it work out every single game. Spirit, meanwhile, kills off March, shows the true meaning of nuke damage. This Troll Warlord saving up for a Battle Fury, but already hitting the towers hard, keeping the pressure going onto TNC here. And TNC, they're now 1k behind, but gonna take even more stacks in his own jungle. Yes, thank you very much for all of this delicious gold. Gets a Battle Fury coming in soon. Only really needs a Preservance for that one, and then he can chop away at anything in his path. Ocean still set on pushing that top lane, still set on getting this tier 2, but it's a very hard tier 2 to attack. I'm gonna switch over to Gold Net Worth at 12 minutes, and there's already people with more than 100 last hits, which is really amazing how well everyone's farming. However, well, everyone is very rich this game. Even the position 3s seem like Team Ocean, they're just a bit richer, and March gets killed up there. However, is the turn kill. The Lashrack being brought in from an Enigma, and that's gonna be a lot of gold hanging around to the Enigma. For a book, I think he could spend that on a mech if he wants to, on a Blink Dagger as well. And this Lashrack got himself in a Yule's now gonna go for the TP boots to allow him to chase people down as well as teleport all over the map. Plus, perhaps a BKB to, you know, keep Lashrack alive in those fights, make sure that his damage output can actually come, because he's got a lot with his ultimate, but kind of like a Death Prophet, he needs to be kept alive. Tusk manages to snowball out of there. This Chen army, especially containing a bunch of wolves, is pretty scary. Wait, does he have multiple wolves? Yeah, he has 2 of them. Or it doesn't stack, does it? I don't think it does. I think it's just wanting to have a backup one, so you can send one after your carry and one another hero. Oh, it looks like both of his wolves could get caught here as there's smoke in towards the Chen, and with the Rep they are gonna catch him in the back. XMY just ran down by the Tusk. A lot of damage from the tag team. In comes the perfect counter initiation from the Pangolier, and it looks like TNC, they just get to make the team comeback, get together enough gold for them to have the gold lead again. And Morph is farming well, positioning himself really well in order to maximize his DPM gain, but I don't think Morph is gonna work out at the current rate. With Troll Warlord already being somewhat online now, tearing apart the Roche with Battle Fury going and saving up for that Satan Yasha. We up from the side of Ocean who want to pursue this lead, make sure they can keep that Troll Warlord online now that he's got an Aegis. Make sure that this Troll Warlord's got to farm super well. Troll shows on the bottom lane with all of TNC there. Ooh. If they're gonna take a tier 2 tower, it's gonna be the exposed one. It's gotta be TNC taking that way to try and counter out this network with a little bit of tower gold. But it looks like not even that is gonna happen. Instead, we're waiting for people to acquire enough gold to be relevant here. Team Ocean just farming, even with a Battle Fury on the Troll World, may not be the way to go, even though they are slowly pushing down that bottom. Yeah, that's it. Put the aggression on the tier 1, force TNC to make a stand, force them to defend here at least till you get yourself to tier 1 there. Pangolier meanwhile has been pushing out the top tier 2 tower, and Team TNC, they have revealed they are split now. They know this themselves. They can no longer fight. The enemy is gonna keep a pretty good eye on them. On their minimap in general. It looks like Lashrak, he goes back to farming the creep wave, instantaneously gets jumped. There is a follow-up roll. Yule's just not gonna be enough to save him against the Void Spirit, and down goes our map. Yet another huge kill. Tuscan, that snowball, of course, not gonna be hit by that armor reduction. Vengeful Spirit comes in with a stun, not quite in time, throwing that one out. And it looks like TNC, they've suffered a kill on that Lashrak, but as long as that Monkey King, that Morphling, I say, is alive. Monkey King was the one that carried the game last time around, but this time around TNC's carry is a Morph who has just completed Terror Blade, who can now just pretty much waveform Terror Blade to the face, plus that full agility shotgun. Well, he wants 2 more at 2 more levels for that maximum adaptive strike. But other than a little bit of adaptive strike multiplier, this Morphling is already freaking killing machine. He's only gonna get more fat as the game continues. Team Ocean, they gotta do something about that with their 2k gold lead here. With their team grouped up as 5, if they could get a tier 2 tower first, perhaps not even trade for the bottom tier 2, but come back in to defend, it would be huge. I mean, Troll's the only one they need to push, plus the Chen army for even faster power ranking potential. This is really well done, because they now show a Pangolier here with the roll available, and TNC know that roll is up and available. March gets his courier snipe there as well.
Come and fight me.
TNC pushing out this bottom lane, however, and if they could get a return tower, if they could open the map, the team fights are going to become a lot scarier, because with that Enigma, yeah, TNC are behind, but if they find a black hole or 2 in the team fight scenarios, allowing Morphling to just dish out plenty of damage, and a tier 2 tower is down, then Team Ocean, even with a 10k gold lead, they could just lose lane of Rex to the Morph in no time. And I think Team Ocean, they know that as well. That's why they're pushing so hard themselves, making sure to still value of that Aegis while it's continuing to go on. Looks like now finally Troll, after doing so much work in terms of pushing, in terms of wrecking one building after another, it's gonna take his time. He is gonna just chill for a little bit. No chill for the Tusk though. He's gonna get him down. In comes the Vengeful with a very nice swap, trading her life for that of the Void Spirit. But there is TNC, and like I said, in those team fights, they could just run all over Ocean. Team Ocean trying to get out of there. Will leave their Chen caught. Last 2 heroes running down the lane as fast as they can, splitting up. But that was the very fight that Team TNC wanted. They don't even care for the Aegis there. They just don't go on the Troll Warlord. He is negligible without the Void Spirit to nuke people down, as well as the ability to just have Vengeful Spirit lock people down for the Troll to get his attack speed, have the Chen slow people down for the Troll to get his attack speed. All of that being denied there makes for a perfect fight for TNC, who are looking to get their Lashrak online, are saving up for that BKB, gonna make sure that Armel can sustain himself in those fights, and then finally gonna get a Kaya. He's finally gonna start being that exciting high damage output mid to late game Lashrak.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom tier 2 tower took a decent chunk of damage there, but TNC, they are not quite confident enough to commit for any kind of push. They want their Morphling to be fed mostly, as Morphling just now got his Yasha coming in. just now got meaningful agility to try and one-shot people. Team Ocean chasing forward, not being dissuaded by the ice shards. March could just be going down with that. Centaur whacking away at him. Morphling in a bit of an awkward spot, but the Grimstroke ultimate gonna shut down the Penguin here. Morph still trying to keep himself alive for as long as he can, but down he goes. This side of Team Ocean, TNC, they cannot get their Morph online like this. I get that they have to commit to fight, but not in the front lines that far, because with that nuke there from the Void Spirit, it looks like Team Ocean, they take another fight here. The respawn cooldowns are being long, especially for that Tusk. He is dead for 50 seconds. That means Team Ocean now get to continue pushing with that Troll Warlord, who is dead, just wants to farm up, while Chen takes care of pushing in the bot lane, making sure that they can then take this tier 2 tower when Fnatic, TNC, have respawned. Man, I gotta stop confusing both of those teams. They both got orange and black logos. I usually just look out of the corner of my eye. Still, I'm really hyped to have a cup with both of those teams competing and both of those teams trying to get the better run through the group stage here. And both of them, surprisingly enough, sweating against a bunch of tier 2 teams who are starting to, you know, get a comfortable feel for tier 1, or just teams which aren't that experienced that they've yet had a chance to really shine on the tier 1 stage. The Black Hole off the mark there on TZY, as they now know. Black Hole on cooldown, 2 minutes of chilling for TNC. Can't really do anything. The next Roche is obviously now going to the side of Ocean, at least if it's not a long respawn. And Ocean, they really just wanted the pick off there, try and then go for the Roche. But like this, they could very well take the game if they just find somebody with the smoke. That's the Morphe, that's the very person they want to kill up. Morph is dead, 50 seconds, no buyback available. Troll is gonna make short work of the Tusk, even with that tag team plus Walrus punch to try and defend himself. Void Spirit comes in and Troll got the kill. Team Ocean, they seem confident enough they can just continue pushing like this, continue the aggression like this. There's only one tier 2 tower still standing for the side of TNC Pro Team.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Who are going to take an unexpected loss here. This current raid. Void Spirit. Fed really be contested by any support, even if there's a huge skill difference, even if Grimstroke is the freaking Snipe Master. There is absolutely nothing you can do to Void Spirit. This Fed down goes the entire mid lane of Red. And that's just the start with Troll Warlord still going ham on those buildings, trying to take the top tier 3 as well. There's the fortification, but Morphling just kept at the sidelines while Troll Warlord does his thing with flying axes. Does make sure that all of those wrecks are gonna melt, or at least all of the ones that Team Ocean wanted to take here before going back. And speaking of taking things, they proc the BKB of the Troll, looking for a kill, but now have to back up there still. Fame goes on down to the left back, procking his own BKB. The track now gets knocked down by the Troll in his ultimate. Troll still running people down left and right. It's gonna turn on the Lefrak. Lefrak is gonna go down, and it looks like in the back line it has been dropped as well. Now down goes the Troll Warlord finally. Team TNC, they end up defending the high ground with their Morphling. Pango still the in comes the Void Spirit, killing off the Enigma. Pango just trying to get a kill on that Morph still before he dies off himself. It's amazingly tanky and it's finally gonna go down. Team Ocean, they try to go for a potentially game-ending push, don't quite succeed and get punished hard now by Team TNC. But TNC losing kills left and right in this fight themselves. They do end up losing their core left rack. Morphling has survived. He is a hard tank, a hard nut to crack. Team TNC are starting to see their carry come online and really tear people apart. However, Ocean, if they can go for another push like that down the bottom lane with the Aegis that is still available as soon as Troll has spawned and it's possible for them, they could very well still take this game. TNC, just because their Morphling is online now, have by no means won the game. They still need a Manta Star here on that Morphling. They still need potentially a little bit of tankiness for the Morphling as well to keep him alive, keep him going. good while longer in those drawn-out fights. And that's gonna be Troll Warlord just going for the Roche, going for the Aegis there. Wants to make sure that his team can run up the high ground and finish the game as cleanly as they just tried to there. Barely didn't get many wrecks, which is already reached a deal. Aegis and Cheese. Oh boy. Getting taken by the surprisingly tanky Aura Pangolier, who has value Javelin, so I don't hate on it. I mean, it's not quite the Maelstrom I'm such a fan of, but you know, it works out. The auras he provides are insane. His health pool is insane, especially with that damage reduction up and running. Team TNC, they need an answer. 9 seconds left on the Leshrac BKB. If Leshrac could even just get a Kaya, amplifying up his damage a little bit, it would definitely be a huge help in those team fights. But now we got the side of Ocean camping. I think they may have been waiting for smoke, but really all they want to do is run high ground. They put the Void Spirit bottom lane to push out that one. He has enough damage rune at the ready. 4 versus 5 fight could be bad for Team Ocean here, but they do need to push. They do need to get the tier 2 tower if they want to finish this game by mega creeps, which is definitely the best way to go against here. If more team you while Pangolier almost getting the roll interrupted by the ice charge there. Well, interrupted, bounced back. He just wants the Morphling, not chasing further for that Enigma. Washbuckle from the Morph is gonna keep him alive for a while longer there. Troll Warlord comes on in, dishes out a lot of damage to the Tusk, but Tusk getting himself there. Still a hidden Enigma just waiting for his chance to blink Black Hole. Nobody really staying near the sidelines. As for the bottom lane, how are the creeps snowballing? Looks like they're gonna not quite push this tower on their own anymore. That could be a problem for Ocean, even if they do walk up the side ground, finish these racks with the Aegis, winning a team fight hard enough to just instantly the opponent seems pretty hard to pull off here. Got a smoke up from the side of Ocean, who man, they could really go for a kill there. However, Chen, okay, they do get him before he gets the ultimate up. Chen has to buy back in order to keep that huge resource still available. Troll Warlord, however, dishing out a ton of damage to the Leshrac, who is just gonna go down. Enigma does not get to Black Hole, is instead just gonna get rolling down. Rolling Thunder still going up that high ground, looking for more. It's gonna find one last stun on the Tusk just to keep him away from the Troll Warlord. Troll Warlord finally wants that Medivac. It's gonna get it too, because he is a darn fat hard carry, or not. With everything committed on the Troll Warlord, there's a 2-man one-shot from the Morphling. Attacked by the Void Spirit. Troll Warlord dying the first time. Ocean initiation. Leshrac had to buy back there. Here's the buy for you guys. $13k gold lead at Ocean. They can't even finish the many racks there. Troll tried so hard, but a Grimstroke ultimate kept him at bay, and now Team Ocean, they're waiting for the next creep wave. They really want that high ground to fall. They really want to finish before the Morphling gets ahead of them, so they can say they have taken a game of TNC. There is very few teams that can say that.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
And Ocean proving to know what they're doing here, be pretty promising. Rex, they now finally can get back around to pushing down that bottom lane. The Aegis is gonna get reclaimed soon, so Ocean really need to hurry if they still want to get value from that, but apparently they want to with that up and ready. Find a roll up suitable target for that as well. It looks like TNC roaming back all the way to the bottom lane. They got a Leshrac hidden here. if TNC actually want to take outside of the base, or if the Zedric is just here because he was split pushing, but I think then he would have TP'd already, so... Ocean wanting to finish this, still pushing out the bottom lane. They really just need enough creeps to get down the backdoor protection once, but... Okay, TNC now realizing they can't take a fight at this bottom lane. They can't take any kind of pick off here. If they could have gotten even just the Chen or somebody from behind with the Shrek, it would have been huge, but that was also their last chance to save this bottom tier 2 tower, because look at Troll Warlord, there is no way you can defend this by teleporting in.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Now we are probably just gonna wait for Roche. I don't think Ocean are gonna push much more until that next Aegis is available, but when it is, Troll Warlord can just walk up the high ground, show the side of TNC who's boss, I think. I mean, TNC, they could still make a comeback here. Most definitely, if Morphling gets a little bit more stats, gets that BKB online, plus Skadi or something like that. If Armel, I wonder if a Kaya is still going to be enough at this point. The Kaya is definitely a good start, though, for making up for the damage he's been lacking since he's going for the Rule Scepter. Angolier gone on. He is the tank. You do not want to focus, though. Get the returns done on the Morphling. Comes rolling up the high ground, and everyone avoiding the Rolling Thunder. However, that kill on the Grimstroke can't be avoided. Armel now running for his life, getting Skull Bashed up. Skull Bashed proc will be huge as Armel tries to teleport out, and it will be there. With the Desolate from the Void Spirit. Void Spirit also just pushing out a really huge load of damage. On top lane, that range strength is gonna fall automatically thanks to the creeps, so Team Ocean, they really just need to get the bottom lane. And then they got another 15 minutes to finish the game until Morph can come online against Mega Creeps, if at all. TNC are making Ocean work for it till the very last second here, with Lash down for still more than 60 seconds. Okay, Fame got and on the Vengeful Spirit immediately back. Not even gonna use the just wants to get the back at that fight and precious gold. Ocean, they want to finish this right here, right now. Down goes everyone as Gabby hits the floor, Tims hits the floor. There's the disconnect. There's the GG from everyone on the side. And what a game. GG indeed. Team Ocean, they take a game. It is a surprise upset victory here against Team TNC. But like I said, TNC and Fnatic, both of the big teams, both of the well-known teams in this cup, they have been shown they can be made to sweat, they can be made to suffer by teams far lower on the pecking order. Especially if they get outdrafted like this, and well, outdraft, it was very tempo dependent,